Hello, everyone. Welcome to 5 Pounds of Gunt, episode 9, here with PPP, here to review SummerSlam and the whole weekend of wrestling extravaganza that happened. PPP, how's it going?
It's going good, man. I was just getting wasted there. Then I passed out in the middle of SummerSlam. It was very boring there in points, but
Yeah.
I woke back up and there was Randy Orton there.
Yeah.
So there was that. So that happened. It was a thing. AEW happened.
Yes.
I watched that. NXT happened, and I did not watch that. So
I watched the main event of that. It was kind of disappointing, but Keith Lee lost the title. He's headed to Raw, so that's the only big takeaway.
What a disaster! What a disaster! We already have one of him that's called Apollo Crews. So
well, Keith Lee's actually big, and it doesn't suck as much. So we'll see.
We'll see. We'll hope for the best. Maybe Vince will really like him there. I don't know.
We'll see. But PPP, how's it going? Did you have a good time today watching all 4 hours of SummerSlam?
Was it 4 hours? I thought it was 3 hours.
Oh, sorry, at 5 with the pre-show, brother.
Were you watching the show at 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
No.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I was. I don't know why. It was just on.
Oh, man.
Dude, ever since I lost my computer, I'm out of things to do. Like, my entire movie collection's gone. Most of my video games are gone. So I've got nothing to fucking do. I've got books to read still, but, I can only reread those so many times.
Well, this was one of the rare times that I actually saw the pre-show match.
Oh, yeah? I did too.
Which I was surprised that this MVP and Apollo was on the pre-show. I thought that they would put the tag belts on the pre-show like usual.
Well, they had the gimmick for the tag belts. They had like those spooty confetti solo cups or whatever. So I guess that was the idea with that. Get those on the fucking whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know. The show started off there.
Let's just get into it. I got something to say, man. The only good match in this fucking show was Dominic Seth Rollins. Everything else was kind of fucking dog shit. Like, it wasn't... Not much pissed me off. There's not, like, any, like, bullshit like at fucking Extreme Rules, which was, like, just completely, like, terrible booking from every single match, top to bottom. I mean, this didn't have anything that, like, made me super upset, but I was fucking bored to tears for most of this shit. Endless women's matches, stupid shit with fucking the Bayley and fucking Sasha. They all were boring. Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre had a satisfying finish. It made Drew McIntyre look good, but it wasn't very exciting, and I didn't enjoy it in the moment, especially that late into the show. And Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, they kept talking during that fucking match. I'm sorry, I'm just going off. They kept talking during that match about how they're like monsters or otherworldly fucking beings, and they're just doing a match. It's just a regular, like, they're just beating each other up. There's nothing, like, monstrous or fantastical. Anything. And it's just... I don't know.
No, and it's a lot like it was Warrior and Hogan, where it's two guys that look incredible there.
No,
it was... Bray looks like shit, And Braun looks good, I guess, but... They basically fucking put Braun in fucking 6 feet under and buried him in dirt.
Yeah, it's Roman time, baby. It's Roman City! Roman's back! The big dog! He's back, baby! The fucking big dog!
Oh, fuck. I was hoping he wouldn't come back for a while, but honestly, it probably is going to get better with him.
I mean,
which is really sad.
Like, without him, it's kind of been fucking lost, the entire SmackDown show, because he's, like, their main guy. It's like, if John Cena got injured in, like, 2008 or 2009 or something, the whole company would have just fallen apart.
Well, he did, and it was a good time.
It's true.
I remember when Batista broke his neck with the power bomb, and I was so happy. But unfortunately, I don't know, this show was boring as fuck. I mean, I came into it super hyped up. I was like, it's SummerSlam. Whoa. And then I looked at the card and I go, this doesn't look like a SummerSlam type of card to me. I said to myself, well, Rollins and Dominic will be good. I had a lot of faith in Dominic, and I thought the build to that was good. And I thought that the build with McIntyre and Orton was good.
Yes.
Other than that, it was like the Mandy and Sonya match. I was excited to see Mandy shave bald.
But
then that doesn't. They got rid of it, which killed that match. You know, fucking dead, and I passed out in the middle of it. There was a bunch of bullshit with Sasha and Bailey and Asuka where, honestly, I don't really give a fuck about any of it.
No.
I don't care. The tag match, I don't care. MVP, I would have liked to see him beat Apollo. That didn't happen on the pre-show. So
I was more interested in the MVP. I thought the MVP Apollo match was one of the better matches on the show, actually. Honestly, like, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty fast paced. It was decent, you know. But like, it was that and the Seth Rollins Dominic Mysterio match. And honestly, like, that Dominic and Seth Rollins match was actually quite excellent. It reminded me of like a 93 or 92 like Savage Miss Elizabeth style match where it's just like the whole thing is about the story about Ray not stepping in to save his son, and then at the end he can't save his son because Seth handcuffs him. It's all fucking drama and story, but it was good. I really liked that. That was like it was a little bit overbooked, but for like a non-wrestler, it was probably a good idea to do that, but it was actually...
Well, I don't even know how much of a non-wrestler he is. I mean, he looks better than 60-70% of guys you're going to see in there anyway.
Oh, he looks better than the entire women's division to begin with, you know, so that's good. I mean, but like for like a guy who's green and doesn't know how to like work like a normal like layout match, maybe like I mean he sold and did moves well, but like it's probably good that they had like the layout of the match be this drama stuff. I mean, like, I actually can't give enough praise to that. That was really enjoyable. Like the scene where like Ray's reaching out, son, help! I gotta stop him. It was like that got me. That's emotion. That's good shit.
But I wish that Dominic had went over because I really think that. I think that people really like Dominic, and I think that he was probably the most over babyface in the entire company, probably.
It probably would have been good to put him over, but I think the idea is to do Seth and Ray again, which probably will be a more consistent match you can do. But I think Dominic will get his win at some point, but it just maybe not now.
I don't know. I think that Dominic showed that he could wrestle in a big match, and I really think that. You know, you give this guy a year to work, and he's going to be main event ready, I think. Yeah. You know, you give him a year, and he's going to be there. You put a mask on him, you know, and he'll sell a ton of masks.
He should get a mask. And not even because he looks ugly. He just looks so young. He doesn't look threatening. He isn't like a... He looks like he looks like a less ugly version of me with like the big forehead and like the little baby eyes or whatever. He's not a scary dude, which is good. He's a baby face, but like, you know, he doesn't look. I don't think he's like looks like a legit fighter. But if you put a mask on, he'd look good, I think.
No, I think they got to put a mask on him. I think that it doesn't make any sense not to, when how much money they can make selling the masks. And I think that they have their new Rey Mysterio, maybe. He's not bad on the microphone. His storytelling is good.
Yeah.
I was really impressed. I liked that he debuted at SummerSlam when the first time we saw him was SummerSlam 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I liked that the announcers called back to that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was nice to have that continuity. They didn't mention, I thought it was funny, they go versus the Hall of Famer Eddie Guerrero, but they didn't mention it was for the custody of Dominic.
They didn't mention, I wanted them to say, shades of his surrogate father, Eddie Guerrero, with the frog splash. You know?
Yeah, that frog splash near fall was great, that frog splash near fall. Almost thought it was over then. What do you think of the Thunderdome structure that they've got going on here?
I'm disappointed. I thought it was going to be more exciting. I thought there was going to be more like pyro and like crazy shit going on with it. I think the Zoom stuff generally looks kind of bad. I'm not going to deny it and say that I love it or anything. But it's not that bad. But the main thing for me is I watch television on Sling TV, and I stream most of my television through the internet. I don't watch over a cable signal. And there's so many pixel boards and lighting effects that every time that just crushes the bitrate of the fucking stream. Anytime like I see like it cuts like the wide shots of the crowd.
Yeah.
And it like lowers my like resolution to like 480p or some shit, and it looks like dog shit on internet streaming. So I don't like it because of that. But you know, I think as an idea it's not bad, but in execution, like the pictures are so stuttery and like the fans just look so fucking bored and dead, just sitting there going like, That it's
the only thing you really see them do is like do the thumbs down, like
that.
Oh,
That was like the only thing that was good. Someone in the chat says they're gonna give him a mask and they're gonna rename him Prince Mysterio. Dumb.
I don't know about that. See, I don't think they can call him Rey Mysterio Jr. I think they just call him Dominic Mysterio and just roll with it.
Well, Rey Mysterio is already Rey Mysterio Jr., so you have to be.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they can't call him Rey Mysterio Jr. Right?
Right. You have to be Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio Jr. Jr.
Right. Also,
I don't know. The Thunderdome. The thing for me about it is that I wish it was louder. Like if it was louder, I think that would help. But the crowd noise really isn't there, and I don't know if it's just artificial noise or if it's actually what they're making on Zoom. No, I don't know.
The crowd noise is fake. I think it's worse than having the wrestlers in the crowd that they had before. So I don't know. I didn't particularly care for it. But I mean, it looks a little bit better than the Performance Center visually, I think. But I think the atmosphere still isn't there. I just think it's kind of. I don't think it's a waste of money, but it kind of is. You know, it's kind of a waste of fucking money.
I don't know. They probably had a bunch of LED screens laying around anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Paulo and MVP was good enough to start it off.
I suppose we just go through the.
I would have liked to see MVP win, but that's just my nostalgia for MVP.
Yeah, I think MVP losing kind of just more sets up that someone else, maybe like Lashley or fucking. Doing the
no, it makes a lot of sense, but yeah, I don't know. Apollo's okay. He's decent in the ring.
Yeah,
there's nothing really special about him. He's okay on the mic. He can at least talk a little.
More so than he could before. He's a lot better than when he came in. The problem is I've watched him for 4 years be a jobber, essentially. It's hard for him to shake that. You know, you have to do like a major character or gimmick change, I think, to actually change, to get rid of that stigma.
This is the ultimate thing, is like they just act as though like they can just pick some guy up and just, like with Jinder Mahal, for instance, and like, well, he's a star now because we say. Well, no, like, I just watched this guy fucking do dancing gimmicks and fucking a whole bunch of shit and not even be on TV for years, and now he's a champion. I don't know. It's not that big of a step to go from jobber to U.S. champion, but
I mean, it's a step in the right direction. I guess they're invested in him and they think that he's got a future. I mean, he looks great and he's got good moves and he's a good talker now, but he doesn't have a good character yet, and I think he might need a gimmick change of some kind to like really do something proper.
I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I mean, I almost am surprised they didn't go with Titus O'Neil for this role. I don't know.
I think he's basically done wrestling. He's pretty old, and he's transitioned to mostly being like a PR guy for the company, from what I understand.
Yeah. So then we started off the show. So Bayley's been champion for 317 days.
Yeah.
Really?
Nope. It's a lie. She lost it to Charlotte for a period, but they don't count it. Because just fuck you. Just fuck you. That's why. Oh,
what also, the fuck?
Just as an aside, someone asked in the chat, my wrestling match is on my YouTube channel. It's under GAHOOLE versus Bliss on the channel if you still want to watch it. It is up there. I will have a new match soon. I can't say when, but it will be soon. Get ready for that.
He's going to go wrestle Mr. Medicare at Jim's house.
I will do it. If he wants to lay the smackdown, I will wrestle for the honor of all us coronavirus deniers. We will prove him wrong once and for all.
Why don't you go wrestle this next guy in front of Jim's house?
I don't know where his house is, but if I did, I would.
Well, I can show you. I can show you Jim's house. It's about an hour away.
All right, well, DM it to me later, and I'll think about it. But we'll not go too much on my YouTube channel.
Just wrestle in his driveway or on the sidewalk in front of his house.
That'd be funny.
Just stay off his property and wrestle right in front of his house.
Just do a false count anywhere match. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hearing people in the chat say that he is like gonna get changed to Prince Mysterio. That's like the name that they're going with.
Oh fuck! Really?
That guy could be full of shit, but that's what they're saying in the chat. I don't know if I believe it. I believe the mask thing, and I think you should have a mask, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Bayley won this. The story was that Sasha helped Bayley win.
And then Bayley didn't help Sasha win later. I mean, let's talk about the other match, too, because I don't want to go into these matches very long, because they sucked!
Well, this match wasn't fucking terrible. This match was okay, I guess. I mean...
That's the description of the whole show, really. Like, there wasn't anything that was abjectly terrible, but I thought overall it wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Some of the submissions, I guess, Bayley was trying were new for her. She did, like, a knee bar thing.
Yeah, it looked like dog shit.
It was like an ankle lock type knee bar thing.
She first of all, she didn't get it in right away, so she took her like a minute to put it on, and then it was so loose looking, it just looked like shit. I'm sorry, but I mean, it was something different. Like, it was a good matchup for Asuka, but
they were trying. I mean, people here are giving this match 4 stars. I'm seeing this in dirt sheets, like 3.5, 4 stars for this match. Like, this is what we're seeing. Like, just total simping.
Women's matches always get an extra star for being women's matches. It's just how it is, you know? I guess if you grade on the curve of women's matches, maybe it's a 4-star women's match. But, like, a 4-star wrestling match, maybe not.
Well, I mean, this is better than most women's shit you're going to get from any company, really, but still, fuck. It wasn't great. And I guess with the Banks match, like, but they didn't even tell the story right, because Bayley tried to help Sasha. She didn't just leave her high and dry. She didn't just fuck her. Like, she jumped up and she, like, missed or whatever the fuck. And I don't know. She tried to help her. It just didn't work out, and then Sasha won. I think I was passed out for most of the Sasha Banks and Asuka match. I had, like, 3 different naps during this show, which is always a really bad sign when, like, you fucking... Like, I was snoring. Like, my snoring woke me up. Like, I heard myself snoring, and, oh, fuck. Shit. Oh, I guess I missed this match. Oh, well, fuck. Like...
my friend came over to watch this show with me. He was on his phone for most of the show. He went out and took, like, 5 smoke breaks, and 1 piss break into a smoke break one time. And...
Yeah. It was shit. And I was pretty drunk and I was pretty high. And like, it wasn't enough to save it. No. Like I think the reason why I didn't hate this match, the Asuka Bayley bullshit, was because at that point I was so fucking hammered. I was just like, it's going to be good no matter what.
SummerSlam. And then...
Oh no, the energy is sapped from my fucking body and I'm collapsing into a hangover. Oh.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird feeling to be hungover at 11 o'clock because I started drinking today at like 2 o'clock. And, you know, I was watching the Champions League final in soccer and Bayern won and Kraut was blown the fuck out even though Germany's team won. Because he's a self-hating cock who hates Germany for some reason there.
Good.
And I won $100. And then I watched basketball and I was drinking and I won that bet as well. And I was really juiced going into SummerSlam as I won my bets. Mm-hmm. And then it's just...
And then SummerSlam hits you with that.
It happened.
With that WWE milk malaise.
So can you explain to me what the fuck the Retribution is, and why is WWE building them with video packages when they're supposed to be this, like, renegade?
That's a good point! I didn't even think about that! Why are they doing, like, promo package for these fucking dudes? They didn't even show up on this show for some reason. They're only on the television shows. It's Antifa. Antifa is the gimmick.
I mean, but did George W. Bush run promo packages for Al-Qaeda? You know, did he craft up a promo package for Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda and play it for the American people? What is WWE thinking? These guys are terrorists? And they're like...
Shit.
No, but they're promoting terrorism on their show. Like, these guys are terrorists.
Right. You're not wrong, PPP. That's the truth. George W. Bush should have done a promo package for Al-Qaeda. Honestly, if he had done that, the Iraq War would have been way more popular. I guarantee it. If he was like, Osama bin Laden, the world's most dangerous man.
Let me tell you, Osama, you're going down on Super November. I'm going to invade Afghanistan.
Oh my God. Retribution is apparently Aces and Eights rebranded. The return!
We're stealing from Impact?
Again!
Who's gonna be in this faction? Who is gonna be in it? Like,
okay, so the people so far are just like low-level NXT people who aren't even like TV ready. There's no names.
So it's the Nexus ripoff with the Aces and Eights gimmick?
It's the Nexus without talented people.
Well, that was the Nexus in the first place, basically.
Hey, Wade Barrett was good.
Yeah, he was good, but everybody else, like, I remember at the time I was excited about Gabriel and Otunga, but they never did fuck all with them.
No, they sucked. I guess Daniel Bryan was in it for like a hot minute, but then he left.
Daniel Bryan was in it until he got fired for choking, what's his name, with the tie.
For actually doing something cool.
I know. You're fired for doing something cool there.
Oh, remember when John McCain was on WWE saying he wants to introduce Bin Laden to The Undertaker?
Well, I think he was on an episode of Monday Night Raw. I think Hillary was, too. Did he actually say he wanted to introduce Bin Laden to The Undertaker?
Apparently so. Now that's big. That's awesome.
I guess he eventually got his wish. Unless the Trump administration is to be believed. This week they've said that Osama is not dead. He's still alive.
He's still alive?
He's still alive.
Yes!
Obama lied.
Osama Bin Laden 2! At last, the sequel. 9/11, 2021. At last.
Maybe this time we can get the live camera feed from the helmets as they kill Bin Laden the second time.
Yes, that would be... Fuck. I'll be down for that. No, have him do into a steel cage match with Dup. Dup versus Osama Bin Laden in a steel cage. I'll watch that shit.
Yeah, and Dup's gonna drop the leg, brother. He's gonna go over. Fuck. I don't even know if Trump could do a leg Dup, you know? I don't know if he could do it.
I don't think he can. It'd be funny.
Not even Hulk Hogan can do one anymore. If Hogan does it ever again, he'll, like, be paralyzed for life.
Excellent. That's excellent. That's what we want to hear.
Well, I remember because in Impact, he would wrestle these fucking matches with his shirt on against Sting. And he couldn't use the leg drop because he would be paralyzed if he did. Fuck.
So he just had to do some fucking bullshit, but whatever.
Well, no, he was like, okay, Hogan in Impact was like he was a punch turret. So what he would do is he would stand there and the other wrestlers would run into him and he would hold out his fist and they would drop down. And then another wrestler would run into him and he would hold out his fist. And he did this like to 10 different guys. And this would happen like at least twice a month. There would be Hogan just turret punching, just standing there, just knocking down all the members of whichever heel faction it was that month. That was basically what Hogan did, and then his Hall of Fame ring gave Abyss magical powers.
That's
I told
right.
you about this.
Yes, of course. I do remember that, where he gave him the powers of Hulkamania, and he got the Hulk.
Yeah, it was like the Green Lantern ring. It was the powers of Hulkamania.
Yes.
Fuck. There was the tag titles match was next.
The whole reason this was on the show was because they spent the money on the Solo Cup, like spooters or whatever. Didn't even look that good. Didn't really work. They kind of just like fell down. They didn't fly everywhere like they imagined. The match sucked. Angel Garza is
Kevin
pretty
Owens
good.
is going to have Aleister Black on the Owens show tomorrow.
Okay, good for him.
I won't be watching it. So there's a pay-per-view next week.
There's a pay-per-view.
Why
next
is there
Sunday.
a pay-per-view next week?
Because I guess they want to burn people. I don't know. What's the point? I'm not.
It's just a bit.
I have to move next Sunday. I can't fucking watch that shit.
Well, you're not going to be missing a whole lot. Sasha and Bayley are going to lose the tag titles, I guess.
That's the only thing they've announced for this show. They have to build a pay-per-view in 1 week. Who the fuck does this? It doesn't even like they're doing the Saudi Arabia shit, where it's like, oh, we have to do this contract for millions of dollars. That's why there's only a week build for this pay-per-view. It's like, there's no reason for this. Just fucking don't do it.
I don't know. They'll be able to throw some bullshit together. They'll probably have Roman Reigns take the belt off the Fiend next Sunday. And,
all right. I don't care. Good for him.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
So, then it was loser leaves WWE, Mandy versus Sonya. I mean, fuck. Like, the stipulation's shit. Because we both know that no one's actually leaving WWE.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Sonya's leaving. She probably got freaked out
from
She got freaked out from the stalker, and she's, like, done, I'm guessing.
She'll be back.
I'm guessing the whole reason that this is done was because she's like, I'm done. I'm fucking out, dudes. That's my guess. I think she's gone. I don't think we're ever going to see her again. That's my truth. I honestly believe that.
I don't know. She signed a 5-year deal, though.
But she can just leave. She doesn't have to stay. She doesn't get paid for it. She just won't go wrestle anywhere else.
I don't know. I imagine she'll be back. I think she's just going to take a fucking break. I mean, what else is she going to do?
I don't know. Maybe be a lesbian professionally?
Well, that's what she's already doing. I don't know how else you could be a lesbian more professionally than this.
I can think
okay, my biggest issue with this match, okay, is that Mandy Rose is wearing, like, way too much clothing, for one.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. I actually agree. She's, like, got this great, awesome hot bod, and she's wearing this weird, like, hot, like, single one-piece swimsuit thing, and it's, like...
And then she's got, like, a white thing over top of it to cover up her whole midriff, so you can't see anything. You're watching it and you're like, wow, like, Sonya has a better body, I guess. Sonya looks more attractive.
Maybe that guy was right. Maybe that kidnapper had the thing going.
I don't know. You know, her whole attire looks like shit. The golden boots look fucking terrible. Sonya just looked way better than Mandy, which shouldn't be.
No.
Mandy's hair is fucked up. I don't know what she's decided to do. She's fucking cut all her hair off.
Well, she cut it
gone
short,
with, like,
but the way she like styled it made it look like fucking weird, like I don't know, like 80s businesswoman look. It didn't look good.
She looks like a matronly old fucking feminist cunt
yes.
that I just love to fucking knock the lights out of. And there's no stakes to this match. We know Sonya's losing. Anybody with a fucking brain knows Sonya's losing. And nobody's head got shaved, which was the whole point of this fucking match. And that stipulation at least has the stakes that we know somebody's head's going to get fucking shaved.
Yep.
Fuck me.
This is just nothing. Nothing fucking happened, and it was boring.
So, did you see fucking Mandy try and do the fucking Otis worm thing?
Oh, what the fuck happened? She just, like, kept fucking it up. Was this her tits got on the way or something? Like, what the fuck happened? She couldn't do a worm.
I think she was, like, fucking it up on purpose to be cute, I guess.
All right.
I don't know. How could she not do the worm? Wow.
The worm?
It's fucking...
I mean, I can't really do the worm because I've got bad knees and I'm fucking fat and out of shape, but, you know, she doesn't have that excuse.
No, she doesn't have any excuse. This guy here, John Canton, gave this match 3.5 stars.
Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? What the fuck, man?
You know, this guy used to be the
disgrace.
leading columnist on NoDQ.com, John Canton. 3.5 stars for this match.
God fucking Jesus.
He thinks that Mandy should be pushed to the main event.
Of what? Who's else in the fucking face? Bailey? There is no main event with women's division. She's just gonna fucking do what? Nothing.
Pointless. Have you heard the news from Stephanie McMahon though today?
What? Stephanie?
Stephanie says that 50% of the matches need to be women's matches going forward. And that the women should get the main event 50% of the time.
No.
Yeah. It's
no. Real. No.
It's just a nightmare. No, that's actually a real headline, a real story I fucking read. You know.
No, please don't do that. There's not enough. There's like what? Okay, seriously though. Seriously, from a logistical perspective, there is maybe half the women's wrestlers on the show that there are men's wrestlers.
No, but they're going to hire more. She says there needs to be an equal number of male and female wrestlers on the roster. And so Triple H needs to hire.
Where are they going to hire these people from? Who's left?
They're going to find them. They're going to train them, Gahool. They're going to buy a Japanese Joshi Federation. They're going to buy one of them.
But they can't fly him in from Japan right now. What are they going to fucking do?
Well, eventually, Gahool, this vision of equality is going to become reality. And I don't know.
I'm done. If they actually do that, if that legit happens, I will fucking stop watching WWE. I cannot stand any more minutes of women's wrestling in my life. I can't do it. It sucks.
But what about Asuka?
What about her?
Don't you love Mommy Asuka?
I tolerate
Nippon
Asuka.
milkers?
No, she's like 40 now, dude. Come on, she's like the same age as my mom almost. It's weird.
Oh, the fucking faggots who like Asuka suck my penis. Fuck, I've never really liked Asuka, I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I don't even... listen, here's the deal. Even if every wrestler was like... Listen. Even if we imagine Asuka's like this amazing, perfect wrestler, which she's not, there's one of her. There's one Asuka on the whole company. Who else is there? Fucking Sasha? Bailey? Alexa Bliss?
Bailey's got some really legitimate mat-based technical submission ability.
Knee bar.
She's got some really incredible technique there on her knee bar.
Oh, fuck this.
You know, I mean, so that's what's going to happen. We're going to get the women in the main event. You know, I saw a guy, Pilana Productions. You ever see this guy's videos? Pilana Productions.
I haven't, no.
He's like one of these big wrestling YouTubers now that's getting hundreds of thousands of views. He put out a video saying he misses Ronda Rousey. And he said that Ronda Rousey is the biggest star that WWE has had since Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No! That's not true!
Do you want to hear his argument for why?
Why?
Because Ronda gets tens of millions of views on her YouTube segments. And that's how you truly gauge drawing power, is by the millions of eyeballs on the WWE YouTube channel.
So,
and that John Cena never drew a rating as high as Ronda's YouTube views.
But that doesn't mean any money. That doesn't make you any money, though. It doesn't sell tickets.
No, Gahoole, that she's such a star. She's a queen, and she needs to come back to shit on the business more and say it's fake and retarded.
You're right. I agree. At last, finally some sense. It's finally some sense is being spoken.
Fuck, motherfuckers in the YouTube wrestling community are straight retarded, straight up retarded.
We're the only sane ones left. Who else is there? That's good. Like,
Wrestling Jesus is gone, buddy. He's not around anymore. So
it's over. It's fucking over.
So I don't know. the Dominic and Seth match was there.
We already talked about it quite a bit. We don't have to.
This motherfucker gave it the same star rating as the Mandy and Sonya Deville match.
How do you possibly, like, whatever. I'm not even gonna go into it. Okay, I'm gonna go into it.
I'm surprised he didn't give Mandy and Sonya a higher rating than the Seth and Dominic match.
It was better. It was way more enjoyable in like every way. It was actually interesting. There was actual drama and story, you know, and the action was better. Like, oh my God, Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton went 20 minutes. That's why it felt so fucking long.
Oh fuck. Sasha and Asuka, we covered this shit.
Let's just skip to fucking this Drew McIntyre Randy Orton. Listen, man, I know everyone builds up Randy Orton. They say, you know, he's so crisp. You know, he does so much. He's got all his accolades. I can't watch his matches, man. This wasn't good. This was fucking boring. And I'm not even sure if it was Randy or what, but like, the story was fucking slow and plotting and pointless.
He's always really slow. He's always really slow and methodical, and it's like, you have to be in a certain type of mood to sit there and watch an Orton match. You have to sit there and, I'm a sophisticate. I appreciate the technical ability. Oh, I'm such a purist. This is like Harley Race. A 60-minute classic. You know, it's just bullshit. It's not really that good.
No, listen, if you're gonna do slow, you have to have a crowd. I'm sorry. Like, without heat from the crowd, with this like fake crowd noise and these LED boards of guys going like this, it doesn't feel right. It just feels wrong. It's bad. I'm tired of it. And
I don't know.
Every time I give Randy... What?
You liked the finish of this match, but I didn't really like it.
Oh, I didn't like the finish. I like the afterwards with like Drew posing, like, you know. But the finish was like fucking dumb. It was a roll up. Like, basically half the finishes on the show were roll ups. It wasn't like Drew should have hit Randy with the move, or Randy should have hit him with a move, you know. Instead, it was just a fucking like crucifix pin or some shit. But
well, I understand why Drew just couldn't hit him with the Claymore kick and win. Are we gonna do this match again?
I guess so.
Is this really?
This is the payback.
I mean, the story building to this match was really good.
It was. Like,
the whole shit with Ric Flair and the promo that McIntyre cut.
Randy's a fucking awesome promo, and he always drags me back in with his promo and, like, you know, his character work and shit, but he can't, his wrestling's not good. You know, it's just not great.
Yeah, it's just not there. I mean, it's rare that well, you know what? I've seen him botch, though. He does botch. He nearly killed those 2 Indians. Do you remember?
How could I forget? What a moment. Yes.
Oh, fuck. And then he just goes, oh, and he looks just so guilty. He shrugs his shoulders and he walks away. Oh, fuck.
They didn't matter, though, so who cares? I mean, they're not even wrestling anymore, so screw them.
Fuck them. They could have just been paralyzed for all the WWE cares. You know, Orton's literally shit in people's bags before.
Yeah.
You know. Karrion Kross won the title at NXT. So then I guess we had Strowman versus The Fiend.
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, I mean, I already kind of went into this. It was like the announcers built it up like this big monster. They built it up as like these monsters are gonna collide and it's gonna be like this big, like, phenomenal, like, unearthly event, but just some dudes brawling a lot. Like, they were just punching each other, throwing each other some objects.
Motherfucking Critic gave it the same rating as the Dominic and Seth. I just don't get it. The match was very basic. Like, this is like WrestleMania 2, like Hogan versus King Kong Bundy levels of basic. Yeah. Like, except they don't look that good. They don't look like Hogan and Bundy, really.
Well, Hogan has this fucking character. He hulks up. That's like a fucking thing that happens, you know? Like, people always say that Hogan, like, it's like that old era, but, like, a lot of that stuff is character work, you know? I mean, like, he doesn't do a lot of fucking moves, but, you know, when Hogan hulks up, it's a moment. It's something that happens. It's exciting, you know?
Well, no, fuck. People got more excited for, like, Hogan standing up out of a headlock or Hogan landing a punch than any move that any wrestler does today.
Well, it's fucking Hogan. It's Hogan. It's, what do you expect, you know?
I'm watching everything. All these old WrestleManias. The crowd goes apeshit for everything he does.
Yeah.
The crowd goes apeshit for just about everything on those shows. And it's sad that fucking the wrestlers today, no one seems to be over, and there's no crowds at this point.
There is no crowd, so there's nothing to get over for. But you
so,
know.
What is Braun Strowman's character at this point? What is going on? So, like Alexa Bliss,
it's over. It's fucking over for him, man. Just kill him.
They just don't give a shit about him, and like it doesn't make sense to me because he was so over at one point. Like he was like gonna be a big deal. Like he could have been a star.
And they kept beating him. They kept beating him and beating him and beating him, and then he finally won the title with no fans. And then he turned into like a quasi like evil guy, and he beat up Alexa, and now he's nothing. You know, the Fiend. I don't want to say the Fiend hurt him or the Fiend killed him because everyone's gonna try and say that, but it's not entirely the Fiend's fault. Because some of it's like Strowman is a dumb character right now, but like But
why did he beat up Alexa Bliss? Like, what is going on?
That actually popped me. I'm happy he beat up Alexa Bliss because fuck Alexa Bliss and fuck all Alexa Bliss fags too. All the people who stan Alexa Bliss.
It looked really good when he picked her up and fucking tossed her.
It did.
Like, she's just so tiny compared to him. It was fucking jokes. He could have done, like, infinite sets. He should have just kept, like, pressing her above his head.
Yeah.
For infinite sets.
Been fucking awesome. Just ruin her. But
I like the exposed wood finish, but it seems like they're going to that too many times recently.
I like the finish in concept, but for this match, I didn't actually enjoy it. Because the whole point of the match is supposed to be like these like otherworldly like monsters going at each other, but like that's like a real finish. It's like a shoot finish where it's like, oh, we're making this is like the wood of the underneath the ring. It's like a real fucking match, you know. But it's like the fucking cartoon characters are doing it, you know. It doesn't fucking work when Fiend and Braun Strowman do it. Like it should have been like something crazier.
When Lesnar did it, I thought that was really effective.
Yeah, because Undertaker's a little bit different because he's kind of like the Thing, but he's got the years of stuff, and Lesnar's obviously a shoot fighter. But like for these guys, it would have been a much more in character and exciting finish if he like, you know, threw him from the top of the Thunderdome into like a crash pad or something.
Yeah, something like this. Reigns shows up. Beats them
big both. Dog! It's the big dog! The big dog!
What I don't understand is, like, isn't the Fiend supposed to be, like, supernatural? Like, why is he laying down? for this beating.
Why didn't he teleport away? Should teleport away with the belt.
What is going on? Like, this main event scene is fucking terrible. So what are we going to do? Reigns and the Fiend now?
Yes.
But we've seen this match like fucking like a half dozen times. Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns.
We have seen Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns, right? I thought you meant the Fiend. I guess it's the same guy, but it's going to be like it'll be Hell in a Cell. They'll do a Hell in a Cell match. It'll suck like last year's Hell in a Cell. They won't do a DQ finish, but it'll be something dumber.
But Roman has to win that match, right? Like, they were going to book him to win at WrestleMania, so they're just doing that. I get, but they weren't even going to book that. They were going to book Goldberg against fucking Reigns, for fuck's sake.
Bring Goldberg back for Roman Reigns versus Goldberg again at the Royal Rumble.
How fucking stupid are they for putting fucking Goldberg over the Fiend now?
Yeah, they're retarded.
How fucking retarded is that?
There's no forward thinking on that at all. It was stupid. It was a dumb idea.
Fuck.
But
like, Goldberg has gone over everybody now. It's just terrible.
Doesn't matter. No one cares about going over. Wins and losses don't matter. It doesn't really. No one cares. I mean, what matters is there was no goofy video like pre-tape thing or Boneyard or Swamp Fight thing this time, and the pay-per-view was worse for it. Everyone was complaining.
No, I actually preferred the horror show at Extreme Rules.
Me too. It was more. I mean, it was stupider.
Do you remember how much energy we had when we got on the fucking...
We were so... I mean, I was pissed at a lot of it, but it was so fucking entertaining. At its core value. It was bizarre. It was kind of dumb. But it was fucking... It was enjoyable. It was better. This was just boring.
It was way better than this show. This didn't deserve to be a SummerSlam. This would have been fine as fuck. Payback or fucking Stomping Grounds or some other shitty fucking...
Yeah.
But this is supposed to be SummerSlam. Fuck.
I guess they thought the Thunderdome alone would be enough to make it exciting. But it wasn't. The Thunderdome is a failure a couple weeks in.
The Thunderdome sucked. And also it's called the Thunderdome. Are they licensing the rights from this, from the Mad Max franchise?
You know what?
Or...
Frankly, I want us to get beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah. So that's the reality of the fucking SummerSlam show. I don't know what else to say about it. It was...
Yeah, fuck SummerSlam. I don't care. I will watch I will watch Survivor Series probably. I'm not going to watch Payback because I have to move that day. I'm not even sure if we can do 5 Pounds of Gunt next week. I'm just going to warn you now. Depending on how long it takes me to move, but I'm moving to a fucking house instead of
I'll probably watch it. Yeah. I don't know if I'll watch it live. I'm going to probably watch it.
Right.
Just depends what they put together. I mean, they got to do a bit better than this. I don't know how they're going to do better than this on a week's, but...
that show's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be worse. I mean, it might even be entertaining actually by how terrible it is, but there's no build and there's no interest. They're just shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know why. Just do it the week after, do it 3 weeks from now. Why do it 2 next week?
Maybe they should just shoot 8 theatrical matches in the 6 days.
They just make movies.
Just make movies. So I guess we can move on to Dynamite.
Yeah. Let's. I apologize. I want to apologize right now. I'm sorry that my spoilers were wrong. I feel bad.
They were wrong.
They were wrong.
They were so wrong.
It was just the one detail they were wrong on, but they were wrong. And it was so disappointing.
A big detail. It would have crushed your dreams. Did they put out the false info to fuck with the mole and to expose the mole?
Yeah, I think
it's been leaked.
I think they did, and they
got
me.
It.
They got me. They took me in with the vintner. I was so excited for Minnesota native Eric Rowan to finally get a chance to be himself, to be the vintner on television, to pour the wine into the goblet of Mr. Brodie Lee. But instead, it didn't happen. It just didn't happen.
I don't think he's ever showing up. I don't even think he's part of the company. I think it was all a lie.
It is a lie. It was definitely a complete lie. Someone just made it up, and I believed it like a fool.
Fuck. So the first match is FTR with Tully Blanchard for some fucking reason. What happened to Tully and what's his fucking face that no one cares about?
Sean Spears. He's there. Yeah. He's both their managers now, from what I can tell. They're probably gonna do the Four Horsemen gimmick with Adam Page. So the idea is what I'm guessing. But because they helped out Tully last weekend with the fucking rock and roll, I guess he's their manager now.
So let me get this straight.
Fit for FTR than fucking Tully too, but I don't know.
Let me get this straight. So you have what in the original Four Horsemen? Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Ole, right?
Yeah.
Ole?
I think so. I could be wrong.
We're going to have Shawn Spears,
To be fair,
Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, and Adam Page. Just forgive me if I'm just, going a little bit out there, but those aren't the Four Horsemen. Those guys are fucking jabronis. I mean, the reality is it needs to be Cody Rhodes. Fuck, I don't even know. Like, who else is going to be there that would make sense?
Well, I think actually Adam Page is a good pick for it. Like, he'd be a good...
Yeah, he probably is.
And I think
Cody and Adam and FTR. I think Cody makes more sense than Shawn Spears.
I think
I wouldn't be surprised if they just drop Shawn completely and just cut him.
I would be happy with that. Cody would be a good pick, but I don't know, he's too babyface right now. Maybe they turn him heel, like proper heel. But
what did they see in Ty Dillinger? What did they see in 10 that made them so fucking horny for him that they saddled Tully with this?
He's Cody's friend. That's what it is. That's all it is. He's friends with Cody. He's just politicking.
I don't know. I mean, this match is fine. It's good. Private Party's a bit green, but FTR was able to lead them through the match, and they got in their moves.
This is probably the best Private Party match I've seen in a while. FTR.
Yeah, I think it's the best one I've ever seen.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Actually, people say that the Young Bucks match they had with it. I didn't think the Young Bucks match they had was good with Private Party. This was a lot better. FTR did like good. They're a much better heel tag team than a babyface, and they were a good babyface tag team while they were doing it. But they're just obviously much better as heels. And
the other thing that was weird was that Tully had the embroidered jacket already made. Like they made an FTR jacket for Tully on like no notice. It was just there.
I think that they sold them beforehand. They were already selling them on the merch store, but in kayfabe, yes, they just made it on a week's notice.
Yeah, and the other thing about this match, it was good, but I think it went too long. I would have liked to see FTR win more decisively and take less offense because they're supposed to be the best team in the world. They're supposed to be on this other level than the other teams, but yet they look like all the other teams, which was the exact opposite of what happened in the main event of this show. And maybe the fact that they're doing all this 50-50 booking made that main event more impactful, the way they put over Mr. Brodie Lee. But at the same time, like, I think that they ought to do more of like what they did with Mr. Brodie Lee and less of giving every fucking team 15 minutes.
I would agree with that. I would have less of a problem with that with this match than I did with another match later on the show, which we'll get into.
I know what
I think the one with this thing is that even that Tully's playing over as the best tag team in the world, but I think the gimmick here is that they're the best tag team in the world, but they're cheating constantly. They're doing stuff underhanded. Like, they're the best tag team in the world because they're the smartest. Like, they're not like the strongest or like the physically greatest. Like they're the smartest like ring technicians. So they don't have to necessarily like go decisively over in like 2 or 10 minutes. People can get offense on them, but the idea is that they will always outsmart their opponents. That's kind of what I view it as, but I agree. It's even shorter. It was too. I don't know. I always take a shorter match right now.
I would have booked them like the Road Warriors, but that's just fucking me, you know. So the worst moment on the entire show then happens. The worst fucking thing. The worst promo, I think, in the history of wrestling. Jon Moxley comes in. And Jon Moxley gives this promo where he's like, you talk too much, you're like a bitch, and I don't do talking. And then he proceeds to continue to talk. You know?
It's true.
So I don't talk, I fucking walk the walk. And then instead of stopping there, he keeps talking. And then he starts talking about how, like, MJF is a virgin who lives in his mother's basement.
He's an incel. He called him an incel, a seething incel who copes.
He calls him like a seething incel who copes. And it's like, okay, Moxley, you fucking, you know. And then he's like talking about Renee, and he's doing like a shoot about Renee. Like, there's no reason to bring her up. It's fucking stupid. Like, there are so many things. Like, if I was to watch the promo again, there was at least 4 or 5 things in it that just fucking pissed me off. and made me go like, this is fucking terrible. Fuck Moxley. Like, the promo should have ended in like the first 30 seconds. Like, he wants to talk. But
if you're gonna lead off with the whole, if you're gonna talk, it's just do a short promo. There's no reason to do a longer promo like this, and like call him a, like because when you call someone an incel or like a fucking virgin basement dweller, you're just burying the dude. You know, I mean, if you look at him, he's a fucking guy on national TV who probably makes like a couple $100,000 a year to do wrestling. You know, he's not living in his fucking mom's basement. That's just a fucking burial.
Wait a minute. Like, his whole character is that he's super wealthy.
Yeah.
Like, he obviously has like. He has, like, women who are, like, his servants that, like, he smile on command.
He has a lawyer. He, like, can afford to, like... I've paid for a lawyer. They're not fucking cheap, dude. Okay? He can, like, just call up a lawyer for some bullshit wrestling thing he can do. His gimmick is that he's fucking rich and successful. You know? Like, this is, like, a fucking... Like, he's trying to, like, be, like, real. Like, oh, the actual MJF's like this. But the actual MJF isn't like that either. He's also relatively rich and successful for a dude who's 23. Okay?
Look... Like, I remember, like, the Moxley from, like, CZW before he got signed with WWE and, like, liking that guy. And I remember, like, watching documentaries about his career that came out at that time, like, independent documentaries. And I thought he was really good on the microphone. There was, like, a segment I saw where he threatened to kill a woman with a fork. Yeah. He had it to her throat, and he was fucking crazy. This Moxley is almost worse than the WWE version of Dean Ambrose. Like, I just don't like him. I don't like this character. I think it's bland, and I think it's just fucking. He shouldn't be the champion. I don't know.
I remember being seeing that version of. I think it's not worse than the WWE version, but this was a bad promo. Not that I didn't think about it at the time. I was just watching. I didn't like think about it too much. It was like, oh, he's just talking. There's some funny lines, whatever. But
it's just turned me on this character. It's really soured me on this character.
No, I mean, when I went to fucking Mr. Kennedy's wrestling school, the first thing he said about promos was, you never bury the other guy. I mean, people always bury people, but the whole point is not to make the other guy you're fighting look good and like it's going to be like a real fight. You know? You don't bury the guy because then you don't sell fucking pay-per-view buys or tickets.
In Chris Jericho's book, he writes about like the first match he did in like Mexico or some shit. Mm-hmm. And he cut this promo and he thought it was a great promo. He was like tearing the guy down for being old and washed up and all this shit. And the guy comes to him and he goes, why did you do that? I'm going over in this match because you're like the new guy here. So you've only made yourself look bad. Because now you've lost to a guy who's washed up and old instead of a guy who's experienced and a veteran and skilled. So if you had said, like, I'm young and I'm coming to take on this veteran, it would have put you over if you lost. But now that you buried me, you're going to be buried even more when I have to go over. And I think MJF probably will go over Moxley because if they don't put MJF over Moxley, I mean, fuck, they're just like... crucifying MJF. You know,
he's gonna go over. It's gonna be fuck finish though. I think I don't know if it's gonna be the DQ, but it's not gonna be clean. I guarantee it.
Well, nor should it really be clean.
But the thing is, like, it's even a contrast because MJF's promo was like right after this one, and his was like if you compare and contrast, MJF was like constantly selling, oh, this paradigm shift Moxley, it's fucking breaking my neck, but I'm gonna make sure you can't use it at the pay-per-view. So he's like putting that stipulation, like, yeah, this move that you do is so deadly.
I like that it opened and like, you could see tears in MJF's eyes.
Yeah,
like he really had managed to like get the tears in his eyes.
Yeah.
And, like, I've managed to do that a couple times acting, like, when I did my Holocaust video and stuff like this. Oh, man, it was so sad. But it's pretty tough to get that. Like, you really have to, like, get that. I was impressed.
He might have used eye drops, but even if he did, like, it's still, like, to maintain that and, like, not lose those, it's still, like, work. Even, like, especially in, like, a tape setting with, like, in a room, like, you have a lot of people in there. It's difficult, you know. But, you know, I mean, like, and that lawyer who they had for that segment was actually really good. He was a good fucking promo. Yeah. Like, he was good.
No, I don't know if that was a real lawyer or not, but it sounded like somebody who talks for a living. It did. And so I bought into it. I liked this promo.
He was probably like a local actor they hired, but whoever it was did a great fucking job. And no, it was like, this sold the move. Compare and contrast. Fucking John Moxley's promo just buries MJF, calls him an incel, and says, "Oh, you'll be a star someday, but not now. I'm the champion." MJF's promo comes in, says, "Here's the story. your move is so deadly, it's like broken my neck. But I'm gonna sue you so you can't use the move in the match, so that you will lose to me.
You know, it was good.
It's
it was
story.
good.
Luchasaurus.
So then we have the 8-man clusterfuck.
This was a clusterfuck. You predicted correctly. It definitely descended into just being a clusterfuck. I didn't think the match itself was that great. Even like for like a Lucha Bros match, it was pretty low on terms of action and good like overall move stuff. But highlight of the whole show for me after the match, Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade had dissension in the show, and Eddie Kingston comes out and he says, "Listen up, bros. Listen up. You're fucking the best. You should all be goddamn tag champions. You follow me, and we're gonna stick together, and we'll beat the shit out of them. You hear bickering, squabbling like a child?"
Yeah, no, Eddie came out and cut a good promo. The thing of it is, I didn't like is, I don't know if heels should hug in the ring. Like, the heels are hugging, and like this heartwarming kind of moment, they're all hugging.
Yeah.
And it's like, these are supposed to be like the bad dudes who are like evil, but they're getting their like heartwarming moment, and Eddie's brought them together. And I know Eddie was like winking up, you know, and still being kind of a heel, and he's manipulating them, but I don't know. It doesn't really sit right with me to have heels.
The imagery, I suppose, is whatever, but I just thought that Eddie's promo with these guys was like probably like one of the better promos on the show, and I think it was my favorite moment. Specifically him going, "Look at you bickering like a child." I thought that was, I just enjoyed it. It was just kind of goofy.
As for this match, it was pretty sloppy. I didn't like the roll-up finish.
Yeah.
Some of the moves were cool, but
they immediately followed the Eddie Kingston's great promo up with a Britt Baker promo.
Oh no!
The transition was like, it was like immediately like it was like you were going up the roller coaster, and then go straight down, and it breaks in the middle of the field.
It's like it's like crashing your car. The fucking whiplash.
Yeah, this just was fucking dog shit. Next week's gonna be a handicap match with Penelope and Britt versus Big Swole. But I don't care, and I never will care. Fuck the women's division. Fuck women's wrestling. And most of all,
no, but why is there even a women's division at this point? It's just so embarrassing.
We say this every week. It's never going to go away, and so it's never going to...
So what is the deal with Rebel? Like, is she, like, her slave? Like, what is the...
She's her makeup artist.
Like, what? But isn't she supposed to be a wrestler? Like, wasn't she a wrestler in TNA? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't get what's going on with this. I don't understand why it's on my TV. I don't get it at all. Fucking shit. I'm done.
Next was Orange Cassidy, and came out for an interview with Tony Schiavone. Then Chris Jericho challenged him to the Mimosa Mayhem match. I mean, it seemed obvious they were going to do something with mimosas, because, you know, bubbly and orange juice at some point. I suppose this will combat the fact that Orange Cassidy doesn't have a finisher. So just throw him into the fucking mimosa vat. I don't think the gimmick sounds that exciting. Like, just having a big, like, vat of mimosa, like, on the ringside to throw someone into. I mean, it'll be funny in the moment, I'm sure, but it doesn't seem that, like, intense or exciting. But I'll be excited to watch this. I'll watch the match again. I'll give it a chance. But the match, it's ridiculous in its concept, but it doesn't, like, excite me too much.
Well, I would like to see a street fight.
Yeah.
Or, you know, something like that. This mimosa match, so, I mean, even if Cassidy throws him into the mimosa, like, is that really, like, a clean, good win to the feud if he throws him in to win? Or is he going to pin him and then throw him in after? Like, that's probably what's going to happen. But, like, who wants to watch, like, these near falls of somebody nearly going into the mimosa? Like, how many times can you even do that?
I'm going to fall in!
You know, and they're punching each other on the edge of the mimosa. I really think it's kind of fucking silly, and it's, like, a really comedic bullshit. And it's really devaluing Jericho. Like, Jericho is, like, turning himself from a main eventer into, like, a comedy jobber in the space of, like, 3 months. But he's Chris Jericho, so it'll be fine, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I was hoping for something more along, since it's the pay-per-view, I was hoping for something along the lines of Stadium Stampede, but it's like a singles match instead, where it's like a big, I want more of these, theatrical matches. I think they're more entertaining than a lot of, like, the real matches are, especially on pay-per-view. But
also, the mix of the mimosa is 80 gallons of orange juice to 500 cases of champagne.
Very
Does that add up?
Probably
Does this add up at all?
How many
I don't
cases?
get
How
it.
many? So there'd be 6 bottles in a case, so it will be about 3,000 bottles of wine, champagne. I actually have a bottle of bubbly. I'll be right back. I'll go check the fluid ounce content on it. Give me like 1 second.
Is it okay? Is it any good?
I haven't opened it yet. I was saving it for a rainy day because
Oh yeah.
I have a couple bottles though, but I'm gonna probably open one soon.
GAHOOLE's got the bubbly.
What is it, like sparkling water?
No, he's not the Buble or whatever the hell. The Chris Jericho champagne that he's selling. Yeah. I wonder if anybody's won the Conservative Party leadership yet, Surfer.
I fucking doubt it.
All right. So reading from the bottle.
No. So okay. So do you want to hear? Before you even tell me about this, tell me about that, and then I'll tell you. You go ahead.
Okay, this has 25.54 fluid ounces of alcohol. So you have to convert fluid ounces to gallons, and then you would do that. But go ahead.
We're figuring out the math. So if it's 80 gallons of orange juice to 500 cases of wine, does the mix work out?
What, are you gonna drink 80 fucking gallons of orange juice? How many pounds of Gunt are you gonna have after 80 fucking gallons of orange juice?
Well, I'm probably gonna shit it all out in some diarrhea.
Like,
Okay.
fucking reality check.
Reality check. No, there's a wrestling match where they're gonna fight over a vat of 80 gallons of orange juice mixed with 500 cases of champagne.
I don't know. I could figure it out. But
I've got it. I've got the calculation here. I've done the math.
He has the calculations.
Okay, so if we're going by 6 bottles per case, which is the standardized in alcohol, I mean, I've worked at a liquor store. It is a standardized measurement. Is there's 6 bottles per case? It would be approximately 595 gallons of champagne to 80 gallons of orange juice.
What? I don't think that works, does it?
No, that's way too high for a mix. It's, let's see, mimosa.
Like, isn't it supposed to be half champagne, half orange?
It's not gonna be as blessed and taste fucking identical to orange juice, like my fucking Belgian Moon, which actually tastes identical to orange juice out of a can.
Do you know that's called different? I think it's called Blue Moon in the States, isn't it?
I believe so, yes. So the ratio should be 1 to 2 orange juice to champagne. So it should be 160 gallons is what it should be.
But I knew immediately as soon as they announced that, I go, wait a minute, 500 cases to fucking 80 gallons? That doesn't add up.
No, it does
that
not
doesn't
add
make sense.
Divided by...
I think it's all right. You know, it just might be like pretty fucking dilute with the champagne, but.
Well, nobody's going to be drinking it. Somebody's going to be thrown into the fucking thing. That's how.
So
it should actually be 135 cases of champagne, not 500.
Fuck me, but it sounds better with 500 cases.
Yeah.
See, why didn't they just do it like 250 gallons of orange juice to? See, what's fucked up is the orange juice, I guess, is more expensive for them to get than the champagne.
Yes.
Somehow the champagne is easier to come by than the orange juice because they own the champagne company.
Well, this is all kayfabe, obviously, because they're not actually going to put the champagne in the vat. It's just going to make a bunch of, like, orange water or whatever.
Well, no, what if they mix it right on the show?
Orange water. That'd be retarded. They gotta at least put the champagne.
They gotta put the champagne in. They have to show us, like the...
It'll be orange soda. It'll be, like, carbonated, like, orange drink.
I want there to be like an hour, just like the whole pre-show is just them filling the vat. You just have these monkeys opening bottles and dumping them into the vat. And the whole time Taz, that's a whole lot of mimosa, JR.
God.
That's a whole lot of mimosa.
Look at all that bubbly, JR. I might have to get a glass for myself later.
You know, Taz goes by, he starts licking it up. He gets on his hands and knees. He's like licking it up like a dog.
He starts like going like it's orange like the FTW champion.
The FTW championship, which don't mean fucking nothing.
Fucking orange, baby.
The other thing about this promo, like Jericho making these references to WWE all the time, to the Money in the Bank match, it's just unnecessary. It's like masturbatory there. I don't know.
Yeah, he was having a good run for a while, but he's been kind of degrading lately. But we'll see what happens. Maybe he got COVIDed from South Dakota going to the fucking Sturgis, but we'll see.
So, and then the big fucking blow off of this is that they're like waterboarding him with champagne.
Yes.
They're like, and they're like trying to put it over is like devastating, but all that's really happening is they're like pouring champagne on the guy.
Yeah, getting him drunk. I bet he enjoyed it. It was probably a fun time.
Oh man. So then we had the match that's just what the fuck.
Yeah, this was I agree where these guys got way too much offense on these guys for way too long. I mean, I guess
who the fuck are 3, 4, and 5? So their names are apparently Alex Reynolds.
Yeah, who? Reynolds,
John,
they recruited
and Alan Angels.
Alan Angels, I don't know who the fuck that is, but Reynolds and Silver they recruited like last year. Like that was like one of the people they first recruited to the Dark Order. It was like some jobber team that they like invited in or whatever. They're on the YouTube channels stuff a lot. They like promote them over on like.
Imagine telling Stone Cold Steve Austin, your name is 3, buddy. Go get over. Your name is 4. Go get over. Tell The Rock, your name is 5. You figure it out, Dwayne.
Wait, wasn't fucking Dustin Rhodes 7 at some point in WCW? Wasn't that like a thing he was?
Yeah, he was.
With
I
the
don't know how long that 7 went on for. Where it was like the serial killer gimmick and
floating like child predator or whatever.
Yeah, like the floating child predator. He showed up in people's windows. Like, I feel like there was a lot of promo packages for him, and then he wrestled like twice and then disappeared.
No, he like showed up once and cut like a shoot promo about how much the gimmick sucked, and then he stopped using the gimmick.
So yeah, 3, 4, and 5 got way too much offense. There were a lot of cool moves in this match. Omega and the Bucks were doing all sorts of crazy shit. So were 3, 4, and 5, but it was like, fuck.
No, it's like, just storytelling wise, like these jobbers shouldn't have gotten. I mean, the idea was that the jobbers were managed to isolate one of the members, and they were like doing like a lot of 3-on-1 stuff, and that's why they were able to get offense. So I guess storyline wise, but like overall, like why is that even happening in the first place? You know, why are these people allowing them to get isolated? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And in the end, Kenny fucking hit the guy with the one-wing angel, then started beating him up afterwards because he's gonna fucking turn heel soon, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Whatever. I didn't particularly. I enjoyed the moves.
The only other thing, Kenny needs to stop doing the fucking cupping to his back.
It looks weird.
They need to stop doing this. It looks fucked up. It looks like they're injured. Like,
it's like a suction cup therapy thing. The first person I saw doing it was Nagata in Japan. The difference is Yuji Nagata is like 50 years old and it was doing the G1 Climax, which is a fucking intense thing for anybody to be doing. So it made sense for him to be doing it. It's like, well, yeah, this guy's fucking old. He's got to do something to take the ache off his muscles. So here's a suction cup therapy. But there's no reason for Kenny Omega to need it. He's like 35 or something, in the best shape of his life.
Isn't he like 38 years old?
I forget how old he is, but he's like in like the prime of his career. There's no reason for him to be doing this.
I don't know. Isn't he going to retire inside 2 years since his bones have turned to dust?
Probably. He's going to be entirely a video game player. That's it.
So then they were backstage with FTR and Tully.
And then Adam Page comes out and fucking accuses them of being like assholes last week, but then they all share a beer, so it teases Adam Page going with them and Elite breaking up eventually whenever that happens.
The one thing I thought was weird was like at the end, fucking Tully goes like Retribution or something like this. Like, what did he say? Like at the end there?
I forget. I know what you're talking about though. It's like premonition or divination or something like that.
I just thought it was weird and it was really unnecessary. Like, is that their catchphrase now? I don't know. But that was something that happened on the show. I guess they're setting up maybe the Four Horsemen with Paige in it.
Yeah.
Maybe Kenny's going to turn heel based on he's attacking the heels after matches.
He did that to
I don't really
fucking, what's his face? Marco, too. So it's not just heels. He's just, like, going fucking mental on people. It's the idea.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess they're all upset with him. I don't really see why it's a problem, to be honest. Yeah, why they would be upset.
Well, it's because they're fucking nerds. What can you do? Let's try and get through the rest of this pretty quick because I gotta go pretty soon. I got work tomorrow morning. So.
All right. So we had Allen versus Hobbs. This match was bullshit. Hobbs would kick Darby Allin's ass up and down the fucking block.
I know. I was like, it's supposed to be like a squash match for Darby, and they put him in there with this fucking Haas, who's like beat him up for most of the match. And they hit him with like one move, and it's over. And it's like
it's like a stunner, and then like a springboard back elbow, and some coffin drop. Match was fucking bullshit. Then fucking Ricky Starks comes out, and this made me laugh. Ricky Starks is Darby Allin.
And he says emo right down his fucking neck. I actually love that. And then Ricky Starks cuts a really good promo, I thought. And Taz beats up Darby. And I actually really like Ricky Starks is good. He's growing on me. I didn't like him when he first debuted, but he's getting over on me now. He's good.
No, he showed a bit of charisma, and then he was like saying, I'm not a joke, and he was beating him up because he was like yelling, like, look at me, listen to me, look at, I thought it was good.
Basically, everyone they brought in from the MWA has actually been good,
So everybody in NWA was pretty fucking solid. Yeah. The only reason I stopped watching was because they sold Cornette down the river, and so I said, fuck you.
The only reason I stopped watching is they stopped making episodes. They're not doing anything right now. That's why all these guys are coming to AEWs, because we gotta fucking work to make money. I'm sure Eddie Kingston didn't have a lot of money saved up, and same thing with fucking Ricky Starks. Like, I'm sure their paychecks were just like episode to episode. They weren't making a ton of money.
Making hot dog and handshake was what they're fucking making.
Right.
Then Guevara was doing a picture-in-picture. The cards were Matt Hardy cards.
They replaced them, and then Matt Hardy came out. I actually kind of like this because they've been doing the picture-in-picture cards for a while. The gimmick's kind of over for me now. So it was kind of good that they're doing a little bit of angle with it. And I do enjoy the picture-in-picture cards because it keeps me entertained during the commercial breaks, at least. It's like I get a little bit more show.
Yeah.
But, I think we can be done with them now. I think this is a good blow-off for them for a while. Maybe, like, bring them back, like, in a month or 3 or something. But I'm kind of over it. Thunder Rosa did debut. That wasn't the spoilers, like I said, so she's gonna come and wrestle for the title because they have no other women because all their other women are injured or fucked. So it's Thunder Rosa's gonna wrestle fucking Sheeta, I guess, at the pay-per-view, which
it's just desperation.
It is
fucking grasping at straws.
They literally brought in the NWA Women's Champion. They showed her with the NWA belt, and it's like she's gonna wrestle for the title because she's a real champion. It's like, yeah, their women's division is fucked. It's pathetic, and they should stop doing it.
Yeah, it's very bad. And then speaking of, then we had the women's tag match. Fuck this match. Fuck it to hell.
It sucked.
I mean, here's the thing. These two teams, if there actually was a women's tag team division, I could see them fitting in a tag division, these two teams.
Yeah.
But there's no division of any kind, let alone a fucking tag division. I remember Ivelisse from fucking Lucha Underground, so I was kind of like, oh well.
I know Diamante from LA. She was in LAX and Impact right before they left. I do remember that she has fucking LAX on her gear still, but they won. And then Medusa came out for some reason, and then that thing only lasted 5 minutes, and they cut to the main event, which was probably good. Fuck it,
They gave this match fucking 10 minutes, though, man. They gave it 10 minutes.
They gave the match 10 minutes, but they gave the aftermatch celebration 1.5. They should have given this match 8 minutes and given the aftermatch a couple extra times for Medusa to say something like, congratulations, you were blah, 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 and for them to cut a promo about how good they are. That would have been better. It would have meant more. This just felt like, even though the match had time, the overall, delivery of the characters was, short, and it felt like they got cut off, even though it went too long. It was bad.
Yeah. No, and so then we had the main event.
I like this a lot. I was disappointed there was no Eric Rowan. I was very sad because I was excited for the Vintner. But as an actual match for what it was, and we take the spoilers out of it, like, it was just Brodie Lee beating the shit out of him for a long time, and he hit him with his fucking move, and he won. And then afterwards, he fucking crippled the dude, you know? Like, that was it. Like, he just fucked him up. And I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, he beat the shit out of Cody. Cody never got any offense.
Mm-hmm.
This was perfect. He just fucking laid him out, wiped him off the earth. The announcers were shocked. Everybody was shocked.
Yep.
I knew that Brodie was going to win the belt, but I didn't see him winning like this.
No, it was refreshing, actually, to just have, like, a thing where a guy just wins. He goes over. You know, they made this guy is a level above Cody. He was world champion material, and now he's taking this belt instead because he's a step, like, right below the world champion.
Yeah. And so I think they've really put Mr. Brodie Lee over. The problem is the rest of the Dark Order is still pretty shit.
He won with
Cody.
Interference. He just won. He didn't have anybody come out until afterwards. He just won the fucking match.
Yeah. Yeah, he just won it clean. And then afterwards, it was pretty fucking fun. I really liked this beatdown.
I was waiting for Rowan to come. I was, like, on the edge of my seat because I was like, Rowan's going to show up. He's going to show up and beat him up. I know it. And then it didn't happen. But no, like, it was great. They just, like, Cody was, like, going real the way. They acted like it was all serious. Like, he was, like, shoot injured. And then, like, he gave the Terminator thumbs up like he's okay. Brodie Lee sees it, is like, oh, you're okay? Time to beat you up more, idiots. And he just fucking gets all of them over there. Chased all the numbers, chased all the security guys away. And he fucking just keeps beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, he kicked the fuck out of him. They smashed the old title belt over him. My favorite moment, though, was, what's her name? Anna Jay.
Yeah.
She fucking pokes out Brandy. And JR goes, she's good looking, but she's nothing but a damn Jezebel. She's nothing but a damn Jezebel. You know, and it was just fucking jokes, that commentary call by JR. The Dark Order looks strong here. That's how they need to look. That's how they need to be presented. It was good that they were presented that way. I don't know who else they can bring in. Maybe Rowan, I think, would have actually been an improvement over some of these fucking jabronis that they have.
He's fucking big and, like, dumb. Like, he would have been a good muscle for the Dark Order. I think they might actually still do that. I don't think that's, like, off the table completely. That might have just been a premature, like, guessing thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up.
Well, maybe he was there in the original version of the angle, and then they just cut it out or reshot it or something.
Potentially. Maybe they're saving it for, like, the pay-per-view. I would save that for All Out. Have him be, like, a big not a big debut, but be a debut there. You know, help Brodie win.
I don't know if they're gonna have Cody fight Brodie again at the pay-per-view.
They probably won't. Historically, they don't do, like, title rematches that soon. I mean, that would make the most sense story-wise, but I think they're gonna do, like, write Cody off TV for a couple of weeks now while they sell the injury, I'm guessing.
No, I mean, that's for the best. I'm kind of tired of seeing Cody every week.
He devalued himself really badly with this run. I mean, the only good things I thought he got out of the run were, I mean, Ricky Starks ended up being good, Eddie Kingston was good, and the match with Jungle Boy was good. But I think overall, he could have just done those matches and not done the rest of them, and it would have been better.
Yeah, but what you got to remember is, like, he didn't get Ricky Starks over. Ricky Starks got himself over this week.
That's true. And Eddie Kingston got himself over with that promo. I mean, that match
he didn't put Eddie over in that match, really. Like,
I mean, Eddie had a great match with him, but that was just
no more so than he had a great match with Sonny Kiss, really. You know, like, fuck.
Well, that's just because Eddie Kingston was better. He's a better wrestler. That's why he had a better match.
I don't know. Like, Cody's not carrying people to 5-star classics every week like he thinks he is.
He's a 3-star general, dude. He's a 3-star general. That's what he's been known for since, like...
He's not even... He's like the 2.5-star, 2-star fucking true. General here, you know? General. Like,
the American
the 2-star general. Fuck me. But yeah, it was good to see the fucking Brodie Lee win. I hope that it goes somewhere. I mean, he needs some other guys in the Dark Order.
I think the idea of the Dark Order is that they're a big group, so they have a lot of numbers. It's kind of like the gimmick, so they can bring in some more. I mean, 10 should have been a tough guy. They were building him up to be a tough guy, but they haven't touched him since. You know, they need to take some of these guys and build them up to be, you know, real threats. Especially even...
Well, has like 5 ever won a match, or 3 or 4 or 10?
10 has a couple of times. I think 10 has won on TV once. I mean, Silver and Reynolds won, I think, a couple of matches once or twice, but not much. I mean, the only people who win are Brodie Lee and Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. And the only one good there is Evil Uno. Stu Grayson is the talent match.
I was looking into this because I remember, like, they were this team, the Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
They have been wrestling for, like, 13 years.
Yes.
And Evil Uno still doesn't know how to do any moves.
It's true.
But how is this possible?
He's fat.
He wrestled for 13 years on the independent scene in, like, Ring of Honor and PWG and all these places, and he never learned how to work a fucking match? What the fuck?
Yes.
And Grayson's not even that good. Fuck. No.
But
it's not like they just came in last week.
No.
Dominic Mysterio looks better than these fucking guys.
It's true. I can't disagree. I can't help you with the situation. It's how it is.
Why did they hire these fucking bums? Why?
It's a mystery. I can't tell you. But it is late, so we'll go a little bit to Q&A from the chat if anyone has any questions. There were some things I wanted to answer from earlier. Let's see. I guess Yakuza was in the chat earlier. Miz is the leader of the Antifa, apparently. He is the Retribution leader or whatever, so can't wait for that.
Do you know what? Gahul, you know what I want you to pull up? So, have you ever watched Street Beefs?
No.
Street Beefs is like street fighting. Like, they set up bales of hay and, like, a fucking garden somewhere, and they bring in these guys to fight. Well, they brought in this guy called Shinigami, who's like a 400-pound weeaboo.
Are you serious?
Type this in. Street Beefs, Detail versus Shinigami, like Shinigami, Detail versus Shinigami. It's 1 minute and 13 seconds long. And it's this 400-pound neckbeard against this, like, Mexican dude.
Should I show it on the stream?
Yeah, show it. It's fucking jokes. You gotta show this to people. And, oh my god.
Okay, I'm just gonna play this.
If you don't know me, you're about to. Shinigami fighting out of Lancaster, California, representing Force 360 Martial Arts and the Lab BJJ. Shout out to my girl Rachel. Let's do this.
Street Beefs, we got an MMA match for you. In this corner, we have Detail.
Did you get it up?
I'm just pulling up right now. I'm getting the thing.
So there he is there.
Yeah.
With his fucking red bandana. And his fucking, like, Cobra Kai jacket or some shit.
Yes. Not that one.
Well, now it's just back to our faces there.
That's because I'm having trouble with fucking OBS. It's being a bitch.
These fuckers. Somebody asked, do you know who Hannibal is? He's Canadian and is calling out Cody. No, I don't. What's Bin Laden's signature move? The dive bomb? I don't know.
I'm trying to get this to fucking load, but it's like, it won't work. I'm sorry, I can't pull it up. OBS is just being a bitch with me.
It's tough.
I'm trying.
But watch that yourself there. It's just so funny.
I will watch this. I'm watching fucking Weeaboo Man. Oh, he just knocked this dude out! Holy shit! Holy shit!
He just fucking dummies him with this head kick.
One kick and fucking Weeaboo Shinigami destroys this dude. Oh, that's excellent. That's awesome.
Not only that, but then he fights a second guy. He fights a second guy in a row. He fights, I think it's, what's his name? Storm Rider. He fights this guy, Storm Rider, who's like this jiu-jitsu guy. And it's like, it's fucking jokes. It's even better, really.
That's awesome.
And he just beats the shit out of Storm Rider. He fucking puts his head into the bale of hay and just starts punching him fucking in the face over and over again. Fuck.
That's excellent. I'm going to watch this on my own time. Everyone check out Street Beefs Shinigami. The weeaboo master. That's what I gotta be. I gotta
The
become
weeaboo
him.
master. You know, you look at him, you go, he's gonna get killed, and then he just fucking unleashes this head kick from nowhere.
Excellent.
Do we have any questions? Anything worth a shit?
Do you have an opinion on Jordan Grace? No.
No, not really. She's shit.
Let's see.
I don't know. She had those matches with what's her face? I don't even know. Is she the fucking well? She's one of the two fat women.
Yes.
There's Taya Valkyrie and Jordan Grace in TNA, right?
She's the brunette who's like kind of shorter.
Yeah.
She kind of looks like Michael Elgin.
Those matches are okay.
I remember it being okay at this one show I went to, but I don't fucking care. Someone asked me to debate H equals John Kelly. I don't know who that is.
Nobody knows who he is. He's trying to debate me all this week. He's bumhurt that I associate with pedophiles, I guess. This is what he says. Fuck him. He's a faggot.
You don't associate with pedophiles. That's a fact. So I'm not a pedophile.
It depends on if you consider Josh. He's upset about Josh is what he's upset about.
Oh, okay. I don't know if Josh is a pedophile. I don't think he is.
Yeah, nobody knows for sure with that one.
Do you know who Hannah Blee is? He's Canadian and calling out Cody Rhodes.
No, I fucking said no already. I don't know.
Okay. Well, then, no, I don't think we have any more questions. I think most people have left already because we got through most of this stuff already. It's gone pretty long. It's an hour and 30 minutes basically now. So, call it quits here, PPP. I'm going to go the fuck asleep so I can go to work. So,
I'll see you, man.
See ya, bro.
Bye.